So I recently moved into my first house, and it needs decorating and furnishing. Now I wasn't really sure on the best way to go about planning this sort of thing. I did try using one of those augmented reality apps where you could digitally place a piece of furniture in an empty room looking through the screen of your phone, but it never really worked that well, and I'm just not that familiar with it really. But something I am familiar with is Minecraft, so this is how I'm going to be designing my home. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do an exact replica of my house, because this right here is meant to be 1 meter cubed. This is 1 meter across, 1 meter high, you get the idea. So currently, the room I'm recording in at the moment, my office, is 3 meters by 3 meters roughly, and I'll tell you what, it feels a lot bigger than what I'm currently stood in. I don't think this is really a fair representation to get the scale right. So what we're going to do instead is classify one of these blocks as 1/2 meter by 1/2 meter. That way 1 meter cubed will look a bit like this, which feels slightly better. This seems a bit more realistic. It feels better size-wise and generally just not as cramped, meaning I can place a few more things around. It also doesn't help that the Minecraft player is 2 blocks high, aka 2 meters, and I'm not 6'6" or whatever that is, so I don't think that helps with the proportions really. We're just using white concrete for now, so we got a nice blank canvas to work on. And yes, I'm well aware that this looks horrendously ugly, and that's okay. I'm mostly fussed about doing things with the interior, so for now, I'm not really too worried about how the exterior looks, though we might come back later in the video and try and fix this up a little bit. I will also say this thing is deceptively large when you're walking up to it, especially given the size of the door. And no, my front door is not 1 meter high and 1/2 meter wide. It's just kind of how Minecraft doors are. I can't really size them up, so it's a little bit disproportionate to the rest of the house, but that's fine. The main thing is inside, so let's go have a look around. Now, of course, do your best to ignore the sterile, bright white walls that are everywhere. It doesn't look like this in real life, and it's not going to. It's just in here at the moment, in Minecraft. But I think the best way to go about this is to kind of tackle one room at a time. You can also see on all of the interior walls, we've got double thick walls, so that we're able to do essentially one coat of paint, shall we call it, on this side, and it won't show up the same on the other side. We can do something different here. Just one of the little quirks of doing this in Minecraft. We can't have a different side for each block, so yeah, we got some thick walls. Great for soundproofing, I guess. I think this is actually a pretty good room to start with. It's the main living room, or the only living room actually, and it's pretty simple in its shape. We do have this bit jutting out here, which is actually where I've got a fireplace, so I think if we make that 3 wide, we can kind of take out the middle section there and nicely put a campfire or something in there to symbolize it. And then over on this side, ideally I'd like to take this door down, block up the wall, and kind of make like a little nook over in this corner. I think it'll just make what is quite a big open room a little cozier. Okay, first things first, wood floor. Not a big fan of carpet, so I definitely think I want some sort of hardwood floor in pretty much every single room. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I have no idea what I want to do with the walls. And the trouble with doing this in Minecraft is I'm quite limited on my colors. Like, I don't really want any of these. They're a bit too bright. Terracotta is slightly better, so I think I might use some of these, but even that, the options aren't really great. I think I'm probably going to use white terracotta for a lot of the walls. They're just a little bit nicer looking than the bright white of the concrete, and seems kind of interchangeable just for something else, maybe like an ice cream or something. I don't know. It's the best I've got for now. But on the other wall, I thought, okay, bear with me. This really doesn't look great in Minecraft. I thought it would be nice to have like a bit of a feature wall here. Maybe a bit of an orange theme. Not this bright of an orange, I will say that. Don't worry. And then like half of it orange at the bottom, then a wallpaper at the top. Something kind of like this. I don't know. Again, It's not me trying to do it perfectly exactly how I would in real life, it's just so I get an idea. I gotta get rid of the glazed terracotta. I'm sure something like that might look good in real life, but my eyes just can't see past it in Minecraft. Anyway, the main thing I am really concerned about is just figuring out the layout of everything, where all the furniture is going to be going. So over in this little nook, I'm planning to have the sofa, of course, and a TV unit slotted into this little gap here. I do also have a big window out this side, same over here as well, but with the way I've built the house, it's 3 blocks deep, so I don't think we're going to have actual windows. I might just put some glass here instead. Yeah, sure. That'll do. And then over the other side is where the table's going, which looks like in here that it takes up a lot of room. It doesn't quite look like this in real life. It seems a bit smaller, but it gets the point across. And also, you know, a lamp in the corner I think would be quite nice. Again, one of the problems with doing this in Minecraft is I'm suddenly limited on space where I actually have it because it's smaller than the scale I'm working on right now. But over here, I got a bookshelf in the corner. But honestly, it just looks a little bit weird and I kind of know that's there. So I'll leave it empty for now. Okay, gonna have to get rid of this chair, unfortunately. In fact, let's just get rid of all of the chairs. They are kind of in the way and making it look a lot smaller than it actually is. But over here, we got a nice little fireplace cover, which I guess we can just do that for now. And then put another block here. Yeah, that's close enough. Sure. Ah, lovely. And then just so the walls aren't completely empty, we'll go ahead and stick a couple of paintings on here too. Not sure if this is something I do, but it helps me visualize the rest of the room all together, which I'd say for now is done. I'm not really too fussed about the details and anything, mainly because of the scale, and it just would look a bit too cramped and overrun in here, and it would ruin the whole sort of idea that I've got for this, which is to help me visualize it. I think that would deter away from that if I tried it, so we'll leave things pretty basic for now. Oof, nearly blinded myself coming out of this room. Wow, it's white everywhere else, isn't it? That does look a lot better. Okay, so we spent quite a long time on that one room, and I'm not going to do that for every single room that I've got in my house, otherwise this is going to be like an hour-long video, so I think let's do the same for the kitchen and then the utility room, which is around here, but just at a little bit of a faster pace. Actually, first things first, I totally forgot I actually have a door here to separate the utility and the kitchen. It's not something I'm sure I would keep. I usually leave it open most of the time, honestly, because it just gets in the way. But to keep on theme of making this as similar to my house as possible, we'll put the door there, which honestly is probably going to be a big help because it means I can separate the wall colors a little bit easier. Okay, so kitchen first of all. I'm planning on a pink and green theme in here. So we got some lovely pink walls using cherry wood, but the cabinets that are going to be green, I've gone with copper because it's the closest hue of green that I could find, and I'm not even that sure if I'm correct in that. But the regular green, too much green, way too much. The floor will go with oak planks, which is actually pretty similar to what I have at the moment in the kitchen, so most likely won't need changing, which is nice. And then the ceiling, I'll do white terracotta, just because I think it might be a little bit too much pink if we do it for all of the walls and the ceiling as well. Over the other side of the kitchen, I've got an understairs cupboard just to the side here with a breakfast bar just beside it, which is all kind of similar to how the rest of the kitchen looks. But then I've got this open space, which currently is where the doorway leading through the room is, but ideally I'm going to put my fridge over there, I think. At the moment, I've just got my fridge in the utility room, so it would be a little bit easier having it in the kitchen. So lastly, just our windows and a few extra bits of detail on the wall, just so it's not completely empty. So the utility is a bit of a quandary at the moment. I honestly have no idea what to do with it. Currently, as I said, it's just got my fridge and a shoe rack. That's basically it. But it is all connected to the main entranceway here, so I think whatever I do for the floor, wall and ceilings, it's going to have to be the same throughout, and honestly, probably up the stairs too. Okay, how do I not know the layout of my house? I've been here for over a month. I've got a door, basically like right here. Again, it's another one that I keep open all the time, so that's why I forget about it. But, I mean, come on. How have I not remembered? The only trouble is that might make it a little bit cramped in here. It's okay. It separates all this, which I think overall is pretty good. On this wall, I've currently got some lovely wallpaper, which is a lot nicer than this, but I do think that looks like wallpaper. This is definitely too yellow of a yellow, but I do want yellow in the utility, so it'll do. And we'll go with the same floor as in the kitchen. And of course, a white terracotta ceiling. Now, what do I actually want in this room? I'm always happy to have more storage, so I think a nice big open pantry might be quite nice here. Pretty happy with having a shoe rack here. I think it's a good spot for it, so no need to change that. And honestly, aside from a couple of paintings maybe, I think that might be all I want to do in here really. Just going to change out the front door here, or the back door I should say, to the birch door. Looks a little bit similar to what I have at the moment. But anyway, utility done. I think we're almost ready to head upstairs. I think we'll do the same with the front door as well. But actually, oh man, this looks even worse from the outside now. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, we'll have to change it if I want to do anything out here at all. But I would like to build a little porch out front just to give myself like a bit of a messy area I could have. With my job, I tend to come in a bit caked in mud sometimes, and it would be nice just to have a section that it's okay if it gets a little bit dirty. So yeah, let's make a bit of a porch, shall we? Yeah, okay, this is a nice little porch area. Just got some coat racks and coat hooks and more shoe storage and stuff like that for my wellies. But yeah, this is nice enough, I'd say. It's working in my mind for me to visualize all of this, but to you guys, this probably just looks like a really, really rubbish Minecraft build. So apologies if it's coming across like that. I hope you're enjoying it regardless. But as you can see, I've actually made a start on kind of the main entranceway here and also up the stairs. So this is going to be the only place in the house where I have carpet, which is what this andesite is meant to have. I don't trust myself for falling down wooden stairs, so I'll be keeping them as they are. And then the walls are currently at the moment painted just a nice cream color, which I will most likely just be keeping. I do have a window here though. So this is like the smallest part of the house. There's not really much room for anything in this general area other than, you know, some paintings on the stairs, which is what I've added in there. But like it is very, very small up here. There isn't really room for like a little chair, for instance. No, this is all kind of needing to be open floor space to walk around in, which means I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Okay, now it's time for my favorite room in the house. The office, which is, as I mentioned, what I'm currently in right now, and it looks not far off what we've got here. Everything's painted and decorated, but it's super empty. So if I sound a little bit different or you can hear an echo, hopefully that won't be permanent. It's just a temporary measure until I get some things on the wall and stuff like that. So we got the floor, walls and ceiling, which honestly looks pretty similar to this in real life, at least in comparison to how the other rooms do. And that's probably because this is the only room I've actually started to decorate. So when I was doing this in real life, and I eventually, after a long while, finished all of this kind of decorating, I spent hours upon hours in here just kind of visualizing everything, where I wanted my setup to go and what I wanted on the walls and all that sort of thing. So let me walk you through what my plan is to do with everything. So this wall is where my setup is going, which is pretty much the only thing in here at the moment, my desk and chair. That's it. We'll have some pictures up on the wall obviously, and maybe a clock or something, I don't know specifically. Over on this wall, we have a built-in closet in the wall, and then I'll probably have a lot of my pictures that I've taken where I've been traveling. I've got like a good 15 all just in a bag somewhere ready to be hung up, so I'll make a bit of a gallery wall out of this, which I think is quite nice. Probably a little chest of drawers here as well. On the window wall, I'll just hang a couple of things either side of it. And on the final wall over here, I don't really know what to do with it exactly. There's nothing specific that I have to hang up here, so I'm thinking I might do a bit of a themed wall, possibly Star Wars themed, but I'm not sure at the moment. With another thin set of drawers here and a chair in the corner. Possibly a mat as well in this space, just to, one, help with the soundproofing, and two, just to fill in the open space that will eventually be here. Oh, also, this is the entrance to my loft. So I've got just a trapdoor there, literal trapdoor in real life in the ceiling, which is not particularly convenient, but that's where it is. Can't really change it. Okay, let's build my office. Once again, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit and real lifeify this Minecraft room. Because obviously it's not going to look exactly like this, no way. But it does just give me a good indication of, oh, if I put my desk here and the chair in the corner, yeah, I'll probably have room for a set of drawers there, and same thing over here, while still being able to access the door. It's all that type of stuff. The paintings and everything that have to fit in a 1x1 block kind of make it hard to do what I'm trying to do in real life, but like I said, it does give me good ideas. And since this is the first room that I'll be doing, and probably the one that you guys care most about seeing, when it is all finished, I'll be sure to take some pictures and share them with you guys over on the community page on my channel. So you can all see them as long as you're subscribed. So now we're just left with two final rooms, the bathroom and the bedroom over here. I think first up, let's tackle the bathroom, because I do have a pretty good idea of what I want to do in here. And when I say I mean hire a professional. I cannot redo a bathroom. I'm not that talented in DIYing it. The worst thing about my bathroom at the moment is I have this big fat boiler closet that the boiler's not even in anymore. That just takes up like a quarter of the entire room. So that is coming straight down as soon as possible. So ideally I want to have Venetian plastering in the bathroom, but I'm struggling to find a block that represents that pretty well in the color that I'd like. Sandstone, the smooth kind, is sort of close. It's a bit too yellowy for my liking. It would be something a bit browner most likely, but I mean it gets the point across and I know what it means anyway, which is the main purpose of this. There we go, lovely, maybe not so lovely sandstone walls. Venetian plastering, let's go with that instead. That sounds better at least. Gonna probably keep the white ceiling because I think it looks nice, the cleanliness of the bathroom having it that bright white, but the floor, no. I'll be honest, I haven't thought at all about what I want the floor to look like, so I'm just gonna do light grey terracotta, mainly so I'm not just using white terracotta again, but having put that down, I'm really not a big fan, but it doesn't matter, it's okay. Over here we'll have a walk-in shower. There we are, nice and simple, just like that. Probably have a bit more black going around here, kind of as like the outline and the accent to the room. But obviously I can't really just change the outline of the glass here to black, but imagine it is, okay? Then we got the toilet and the sink over here, which believe it or not is not going to be just a cauldron. I'll have a proper sink, but that's the best I can do in Minecraft, and I think we'll have one of those like radiator towel racks. Okay, that's not going to be the case. One of those things, you know what I mean. And that's basically it. Pretty empty bathroom. I'd rather have less than more in here. And just like that, we are on to the final room. And I think we'll time-lapse this room for a couple of reasons. One, because we haven't done that yet for any of the rooms in full, and so you can kind of see my thought process and how long it's taking me to do each of these rooms and going back and forth between ideas of what I think's going to work and what's not, and just kind of darting around all over the place until we eventually end up with a semi-decent looking Minecraft/real-life bedroom. I actually quite like this room. I think it's turned out pretty well. I will say, this is a bit too much red, as with the rest of the feature walls. Turns out every color block in Minecraft is very, very bright, so I'm thinking red would go quite nice, but yeah, just not that bright and that much red. But we have the bed, of course, and then a little kind of storage unit over here with another desk just empty desk for something that doesn't revolve a mouse and keyboard. Then we got another little storage unit there, can never have too much. Same thing over here, and of course a telly to watch in bed. And yet another open or inbuilt the wall closet. So that's the bedroom and the final room. So let's just take one final tour around my house. And I'll be honest, it's actually weirdly similar. The colors and everything and, you know, the details aren't really there, but the shape is definitely pretty accurate. This does kind of feel like walking around my actual home, which is what I wanted, because it does give me a really good idea. Surprisingly, I know it may not seem like it to you guys, but this has helped a lot. It gives me a really good idea of what I want to do in all of the spaces, and it's just going to help me figure out where everything's going to go. So I'd say this is a good job done for myself personally, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching too. But there is one final thing left to at least try and tackle, and that is the outside. Yeah, this is quite something at the moment. Let's see if we can sort something out to make it look slightly better. And you know what? That covered up pretty nicely, actually. Don't look too close in the windows or behind. No, this is a pretty Minecraftified version of my house. It's an end of terrace house, so imagine there's like another row of houses along here. But you know, it looks enough like it. Pretty boring, I know. It's more exciting on the inside, I gotta be honest. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video that has basically been for me and me only, and you have just come along for the ride. I hope you've enjoyed it regardless, and yeah, new house, new setup, new everything. It's a bit full throttle at the moment. Life is very busy, so if there happens to be a lapse in videos at any time, just assume it's down to that. Got a lot going on, a lot of decorating to do, as you can tell, but I'm glad I've done this, because it genuinely, even though it looks the way that it looks, and you guys might not be able to understand, is genuinely going to be a really helpful tool. So yeah, thank you for, I guess, watching this, even though it's not really been one of my usual videos. It's been helpful for me, just trust me on that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.